Hey, brothers and sisters, Matt Hatton here. So, with it being the Halloween event, and with me being so appreciative of all the subscribers and all the great comments so far, I figured I'd take off my hood for you guys and show you what I really look like. So, if you ever see me on the street, say hi. And yeah, no, seriously though, I wanted to do a costume. Tiburtus's costume seemed like the easiest to go about. Some of them were really great when I was thinking about it, but when I started to really try and figure out, okay, how am I going to put this together, that fizzled out pretty quick. So hope you appreciate Tiburtus' costume being with you for the remainder of the video. And without further ado, let's jump into Return to Morlovia and see what this Halloween event is all about. So with Return to Morlovia, I'm basically looking at this event as, each item that we're going to go through, is it a trick or is it a treat? Basically, is it a thumbs down or is it a thumbs up? With the Morlovia event, we do have some new heroes that we'll go through at the end, but with the Halloween review episode, as I go through those heroes, I'm also going to stay away from like a letter grade this time, and I'm just going to put those into the heroes into the trick or the treat column as well. So as far as the Halloween event, I figured it would be good to go over the quest event and tell you kind of what to look for with that. Then we'll go through the specific odds and offers that are attached to the Halloween event. We'll go through the Morlovia family in detail, talk about the bonus, and talk about the individual heroes, especially the new heroes that we have a chance to get now. And then at the very end of the video, we'll get to the portal. We'll do some pulls. Like always, not sure how many that'll be. We'll just see how the RNG treats me. But you never know, so we'll find out at the end of the video. So with the Return to Morlovia event, the quests are... you're going to have options in easy, normal, and advanced. There are 20 stages in each one, with the final stage giving you the best loot, essentially, in the difficulty stage that you're working on. And overall, I would say the big component of the event is the pumpkin bombs. Don't get scared off thinking that these are another Oni curse that you have to deal with. The pumpkin bombs, for the most part, they're supposed to do damage when they go off when you don't do the matches to clear them. But the nice thing about these pumpkin bombs is the longer you wait to clear them, they count down from 3 to 2 to 1, just like the Oni curse. But the longer you wait, actually the more benefit you're going to get as far as mana generation back for your team. And then when they do explode, I've found that a lot of the stages, it actually helps you out. It clears some tiles away. A lot of times you can get some nice cascades off of it. So overall, the pumpkin threat or the pumpkin bombs are not a big threat. I would say, for the most part, they're your friend. As you progress through the later stages in each difficulty, don't let them stack up too much though, because if a lot of them go off at the same time, they can take a big chunk of damage out of your team. So just keep that in mind. The event overall, what's nice is you have plenty of time to do this. It started on October 26th. And this whole event doesn't end until November 8th, so that's 2 weeks of plenty of time. So don't stress if you're low on war flags or world flags. You have plenty of time to move through this event. If you do happen to get to the end of the easy difficulty, which is really, really easy, you're going to get an epic troop token at the end, and you're going to get a nice Jack avatar. Now, something to keep in mind is with the easy, most of the players out there will not have a big issue no matter what your hero teams are to make it through this event. So if you look at it from the standpoint of how much XP and how many resources you can get, plus a lot of the different items along the way, you're going to get a 1-star trainer hero at the end. It really is worth your flags. Even if you don't feel like on a day-to-day basis you're making a lot of progress, just keep in mind with the event, it's not 3 days. You have 2 full weeks to do this, so you have plenty of time to let your world flags regenerate. You don't have to use world flag flasks. Just take your time and you're going to make it through. And I would definitely recommend doing it over farming, your boring same stages in Season 1 that you might have been doing up to this point. So I'm going to say definitely a treat on the easy mode. For your mid-tier players on the normal mode, again, the normal mode is very easy. Don't get intimidated by the team scores that it's recommending. It is super easy. The pumpkins make your life so much easier throughout the whole event. If you do make it through the end of the normal 20 stages, you're going to get an epic hero token. You're going to get trap tools, which is really great. And you're going to get the Frank avatar, which is pretty cool. And then you're going to get a 3-star trainer hero. So I'm going to say for the normal side, or the normal level of the event, definitely a treat as well. So for the advanced mode, this was the first time that I was able to make it all the way through a advanced quest like this, or at least one of the longer ones. It got a little bit more difficult towards the end, but you know, I never had to think about resetting or pushing progress, you know, by spending gems or anything like that. I was able to make it through pretty comfortably. So if you do have the ability to tackle the advanced 20 stages, it's nice. You're going to get a Royal Tabard at the end, which is great. You're going to get Fighter Emblems 10 at the very end, and then I think in the last 5 or 6 stages, there's a handful of emblems that you're going to get along the way too. And then you get the nice Francine avatar, which is pretty cool, and your 3-star trainer or 4-star trainer hero. So I'm going to say this is definitely a treat as well. Really loving the Return to Morlovia events. It's kind of night and day compared to what my thoughts were on the Ninja event. So this is really great, and you know, thumbs up Small Giant for putting together a really fun event for us. So in addition to the 3 avatars you get from completing each stage, if you are able to make it all the way through all the stages, you're actually going to get 7 avatars. So whether you're in maybe you're not into avatars, but I personally really like some of these avatars if I want to change up my character logo or whatever. So I'm going to say this is a treat. Free stuff is good, and 7 new pictures to choose from is pretty cool. I think there's a picture kind of for each personality or each taste out there. So as far as the event itself, just to sum it up, I think whether you're doing easy, advanced, or normal or advanced, the XP, the resources, the ascension materials, emblems in the hard level, the trainers that you're going to get, and the avatars, I just think overall, it's a great package. You don't have any parts of this where you feel obligated to spend at all, which is great. And I think with the pumpkins, the new feature, I think it really makes this whole event easy for most players out there. So I'm going to say overall, the event definitely gets a treat. So as far as the offers, okay, so each day over the 2 weeks, there's going to be a different offer. So what I'm going to say about this is there's a really positive, which is you can get ascension materials that are usually pretty hard to find, and you're able to get gems. The negative is I think the prices are a little high. I understand that they have to attach the price to be somewhat close or a small discount on what the gem price is. But you got to be careful with this because the price for those ascensions is as cool as it is to have an option to get those where they're kind of hard to get before. It is a little expensive. I don't know what the free offer is going to be on the 1st of November or the free offer on the 8th of November. Hopefully those are pretty good. But over the first 3 days, now that I've kind of had a chance to see some of the offers, I would say this is in the trick category. I like the fact that you can get the Ascendant materials, but I don't like the fact that they're just tempting you and they're kind of behind a paywall. Great offers as far as the what's in them, but we'll have to wait and see if I change my mind on the trick part of it to what we get for free on the 1st and the 8th of November. So as far as the Epic Hero Summon for this event, we're looking at 14.2% for the Rare, 5.7% for the Epic, and 1.5% for the Legendary Season Heroes. The bonus draw is going to be the same. You can still get Zulog for this month, a 1.3% chance on that. But what I'm going to say is I'm going to give this the trick because it's similar to how the ninja event was. I don't have so much of a problem with the rares. They seem to be popping up above the 15% mark. The legendaries, that's fine. 1 to 0.5% on these is pretty understandable, although everybody would like it to be higher. My big gripe on this is the same as the ninja event, is the epic heroes being 5.7%. I just think it's a little bit too low. They should have it more in line with kind of what you get in some of the other events. Just my personal opinion, but the summon portal is going to get a trick. So as far as the Morlovia family bonus, it's not bad. For if you have 2 or 3 of these heroes, you're getting a +5 or 12% mana generation. My only question mark on the family bonus is, we're going to go through the heroes in just a second here, and you're going to see a lot of them are fast or very fast mana. So I don't really know how the 5 or 12% mana generation, although it helps any hero, it doesn't seem like it takes care of any like maybe weakness that you would have on the heroes, or give you any reason why you'd want to stack up multiple of the family together. So just my thought on that. But let's get into the new heroes, because it's probably one of my most exciting things about this event. So Vlad, he's a classic hero from last year. He's a rogue class. His special is called Dawn of Sorrow. He's doing 65 damage to a target over 5 turns. And if the target already has this effect, the duration will be refreshed and the damage will be increased by 115, up to 295 damage in total. And the caster, or Vlad, is also stealing 61% of any healing applied to the target for 3 turns. So I like the fact that he's shutting down the healing on the target for 3 turns. The first of his special, though, as far as the target damage, it's a little light. I don't like the fact that you're basically being expected to attack the same target multiple times to kind of get it climb up to be reasonable damage. You know, he is running at mana speed very fast, but even at very fast mana speed, I don't think it's enough to compensate for the low damage and the time it's going to take you to get enough tiles to really start to build that damage up and make any dent. And the fact that it's a single target, it just doesn't really help the whole situation here. His max stats, if you were to level him up as a 3-star, are going to be 368 attack, 486 defense, and 855 health, which aren't too spectacular either. So I'm going to say overall, I'm going to label Vlad as a trick. Unfortunately, I kind of like the hero, but someone's got to be a trick. You can't have all treats, right? So one of the new heroes is Jack. He's a 3-star in the Dark class. His special is Explosive O-Lantern. He is dealing 200% damage to the target, and then the target is receiving a Pumpkin Bomb, which after 3 turns is going to explode and deal an additional 206 damage to the target and nearby targets. The Pumpkin Bomb also explodes when the target is defeated. So this is a pretty cool special. Now Jack is running it fast, and he is a wizard. So it's pretty cool as far as his class. But what I really like about these Pumpkin Bombs, which is something that's completely different, is you're doing a lot of damage to a single target. Then the Pumpkin Bomb is waiting. But what's nice is if one of your other heroes finishes off that target while Jack is waiting to recharge again, when the Pumpkin Bomb explodes, if it's active, it's going to do some additional damage or splash damage to some other targets. So I think that's pretty cool. Jack, his base stats, if you fully ascend him, are going to be attack 491, defense 450, and health 752. So for a 3-star hero and kind of how he's built, I think this is a good match. So I'm definitely going to say Jack is a strong treat. Really love this character, and I will be excited to have him and add him to my 3-star team. So the next hero is Valeria. She's another classic from last year. Her special is Dusk of Sorrow. She's dealing 235% damage to a single target, and then the target receives 150 damage over 5 turns. If the target already has this effect, the duration will be refreshed and the damage will be increased by 220, up to 580 total. And the caster is stealing 61% of any healing applied to the target for 3 turns. So essentially she is built very similar to what we just saw with Vlad. The main difference is she's doing some reasonable damage on the attack. It's not just that small amount of damage that you're being expected to keep attacking the same target and building up. The fact that she has this additional 235% damage on a single target, I think kind of makes a difference, a key difference between her and Vlad. She's running at very fast mana speed. Her stats, if you fully ascend her, are going to be attack 609, defense 656, and health 1196. So I'm going to say, as a monk, Valeria, is a treat. I would be very happy to get her. So one of the new 4-star ice heroes that I'm really excited about is Frank. He is a barbarian. His special is Undead Razor. He's dealing 200% damage to all enemies. The damage is increased by 45% per each dead enemy. And then all enemies are getting minus 44% defense for 4 turns. So we've seen similar specials like this on other characters, where essentially the weaker the enemy team is, or the less enemies are on their team, the attack of this type of hero is increasing, which I think goes into why they should be a slow hero. Otherwise, they'd be way too overpowered. But Frank, for me, I really like this hero for 2 reasons. One, I like that damage that he's doing at the slow damage, because he's a good hero. I'm not going to say bloody battle. I'm going to say rush. This time I correct it, because I always mess that up. So for the rush attack tourneys, slow is fine. So he's a great hero for that. And then also the really great thing about him, in my opinion, is the defense down of 44% for 4 turns. So this is instantly making Frank maybe a feasible option for Titans. Even though he's running at a slow speed, you can always compensate for that with some mana pots. Frank has attack of 635, his defense is 639, and his health is 1292 if you fully ascend him. So I'm going to say for Frank, easy. He's a treat for me. So if we get him in our little bag of treats, I will be very happy about this one. So the next hero, another new one for this Halloween event, is Francine. She's a 5-star nature hero. Her special is Electric Cut. She's dealing 225% damage to the target and nearby enemies. So that's not splash damage to nearby enemies, that's 225% to essentially up to 3 targets, which is great. She's cleansing status ailments from all allies at the end of each turn for 3 turns, and she's dealing extra damage against ice. So she's running at fast mana speed, and she's a rogue. Francine, from what I can tell, looks like a really great hero. The fact that she's doing pretty reasonable damage of 225%, based on her attack being 780 if you fully ascend her, that's some pretty good damage. She's also cleansing status ailments. Oh, and I should say, because she's doing damage on 3 targets, you're not getting that minor damage. This is the full deal on up to 3 targets. When she's cleansing status ailments, she's doing it for all allies, but it's repeating. So if you cleanse all your status ailments from your allies, and then the other team puts some more ailments on you, if this thing is still going, then she's cleansing it again and again and again until it runs out after 3 turns. And because she's running at fast mana speed, I mean, essentially, if you can keep her Electric Cut firing over and over again, not only are you doing some really great damage, you're also just knocking out any type of debuff that the enemy team was expecting to put on you. And then, as a nature hero, to be doing extra damage against ice, that's only a bonus. You could probably use her reasonably in a Titan battle as well, because she's running at fast mana speed. So in addition to the 780 attack, if you do fully ascend her, her defense is going to be 743, and her health is going to be 1353. So another easy one for me. I'd say this is a treat. I would be very happy about Francine as well, if I were to be lucky and get her. So with Vanda, she's another new hero. She's a 5-star fire hero. Her special is Twilight of Sorrow. She's dealing 125% damage to all enemies, which is okay. She's stealing 61% of any healing applied to all enemies for 2 turns, which is okay. And then all allies are immune to new status ailments for 2 turns. So when you see the 2 turns, it's like, well, she's not dealing that crazy of damage to all enemies, but it's not bad. And the stuff that's going on with her special is only running for 2 turns. But then when you look at the fact that she is running it very fast, I think this is a really good hero, in my opinion. She's a sorcerer. Her stats, if you fully ascend her, are going to be 774 attack, 735 defense, and health of 1,384. So, yeah, she's a treat. Vanda is a treat. I would be happy about this hero as well. So Victor, he's a 5-star Dark. He's a classic. He was here last year. His special is Night of Sorrow. He's dealing 211% damage to a single target. If the target receives 225 damage over 5 turns. If the target already has this effect, the duration will be refreshed, and the damage will be increased by 300, up to 825 damage in total. So that's pretty good. The caster steals 61% of any healing applied to the target for 3 turns. It's good to keep Victor alive. It's not going to help anybody else. And then all allies are getting plus 30% defense for 3 turns. So I'm not crazy excited about his attack or what's going on there. I'm not crazy about the stealing of the healing because it's only really helping Victor out. But the 30% defense for 3 turns is not bad, and you know he's running at very fast. He's a sorcerer. He's a wizard, and his stats, if you fully ascend him, are 778 attack, 671 defense, and 1,347 health. So this was a tough call for me. I almost labeled him a trick, but I'm gonna go ahead and say a treat just because he's running very fast. He would not be a bad hero to get. So. Overall, more positive than negative. So, it is time for the portal pulls. We are going to see what luck has in store for us. Definitely luck. If it's like the last video, hopefully, which it won't be, but that was pretty cool. But let's jump over to my base and we'll stop chatting and start pulling. Oh, there's my costume again. Hello. Hello. All right. Sorry. Let's go to my base. All right. So I have not done any pulls in the Halloween event yet. I've been wanting to do some for a couple days now, but I wanted to wait and save it for this video just to, share it with you guys. So I've taken a look at the heroes, but I do not know what's in store for me this event. So we'll go ahead and do the let's do the single pulls first. All right, we'll start out good. Valeria, I like it. That was lucky. Let's see. There we go. Oh. Okay, so far so good, guys. So far so good. To comment on that one. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's do a 10 pull and see what we have in store. If we can get one of these 5s, we'll stop. Not gonna break the bank either. Oh, sweet. Okay. I like Jack. Oh. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to complain, It's a 5-star Victor will be okay. Another Valeria, I'll take it. Hey, Dawa. Oh, and Zulog, of course. I'm not going to be too hard on Dawa because next month, or the costume event coming up, she's getting better. She's not going to be the punchline to all the jokes anymore. All right, so let's see. Ishtar, Vlad, okay. Nashgar. It's nice because any of these event heroes, I mean, I have never done this event before, so I don't have any of these. So they're all new, essentially. So from a collection standpoint, it's not bad. All right, 2 Vlad. That's enough. Got me covered, SG. Okay, Vanda. There we go. So, I do like Vanda a lot. I got a question. Should I continue, though? Because, you know, pulling Vanda. Let's see. So we got Jack. That's good. We got Valeria. We got Victor. We got Vanda. So we're missing Francine. We got Vlad. And we got Frank. All right. So I'm going to do one more because I was planning on doing a 30 pull. If we don't get Francine, then we don't get Francine. I would like her, but I am not going to chase her down the road of tears and melting face paint. And overall, I would say this has been a really good summoning portal, so I have nothing to cry about. Another Jack. All right, this is up. That's an upside. Third Jack. Hey, you can't have enough Jack. Okay, so what do we get? We got 2 Jacks. All right. Well, I'm happy with the pulls. I'm satisfied to chill out and not take the risk of getting another Zulog. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoy the event over the next week and a half or whatever's left by the time you watch this. And once again, I want to say a big thank you to all the subscribers and all the comments. Don't be shy about calling me out if there's mistakes. I film live, so things slip in there. On my last video that was talking about base building, I said that you could carry 5 small mana pots and you can actually carry 10. So that's a big difference. So one of the comments caught that out and I pinned it right away. So, you know, like I said, this is, you know, don't be shy. You know, be critical. If there's things that you can see that maybe you'll make these videos better, let me know. Because the way I look at this is a team effort. And at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make the game more enjoyable or more approachable for, you know, relatively newer players or mid-game players. So thanks for tuning in. We'll get another video out in the next few days. But hope you enjoy this one. And happy Halloween, guys. Hope you get more treats than tricks.